Everyone's talking about QWQ-32B, released yesterday. The hype is this small local model can be equivalent or surpassing full DeepSeek-R1. Let's put it into tests against the distilled local DeepSeek-R1 32B and full DeepSeek-R1 and O1 model from OpenAI. I downloaded QWQ-32B and DeepSeek-R1 32B from Ultima and run it via anything LLM user interface. I keep the chat settings at default for both models. The full DeepSeek-R1 and O1 model are tested on the official websites. Now let's try the first question. Why is the sky blue during the daytime but turns orange or pink when we see the sunset at night or sunrise in morning? This is a fairly simple question, and I would like to see if the models can answer it easily with detailed explanations. The O1 model gives the answer almost instantly with detailed explanation. QWQ also provides decent answers following a long reasoning process. The DeepSeek failed to provide answer due to busy server, so I used its API DeepSeek Reasoner model to test it on the Anything LLM for this question. As you can see here, the full DeepSeek has similar reasoning length as QWQ here, but its answer is too concise and lack of explanation. Next, let's give these models a more complex question to test their reasoning capabilities. The question is, Aurora organized a chess tournament for 7 friends, where each participant played one game against every other. On Monday, Merlin played 1 game, Luna played 2, Orion played 3, Nova played 4, Stella played 5, and Phoenix played 6 games. How many games did Zephyr play on Monday? The correct answer should be 3. The O1 model runs the fastest and correctly answers that Zephyr played 3 games on Monday. The full DeepSeek-R1 API experienced prolonged reasoning and ultimately crashed without providing an answer. I tested it again on the DeepSeek official website, where it took nearly 10 minutes to reason through the question before finally arriving at the correct answer. QWQ also spent about 10 minutes reasoning but failed to produce an answer. I gave QWQ a second chance to answer the question, but the result was the same. I was very surprised that QWQ struggled with such simple logic deduction question. It seems to have gotten trapped in the reasoning process, overthinking the question. In the end, it clearly hallucinated, completely going off track and even creating a new question instead of reasoning the original one. Now let's give QWQ and other models a simpler math question here. The question is in shops with lots of ice cream flavors. There are many different flavor combinations, even with only a 2-scoop cone. With one ice cream flavor, there is one kind of combination of 2-scoop ice cream, but with 2 flavors, there are 3 possible combinations. For example, vanilla, vanilla, chocolate, chocolate, and vanilla, chocolate. How many different kinds of 2-scoop cones can be made with 10 flavors? The order of scoops doesn't matter. Vanilla, chocolate is the same as chocolate, vanilla. The correct answer is 55. These models have the option to either count all the combinations manually or use an equation to solve it. I expect them to use the equation rather than relying solely on their reasoning abilities to list all the possible combinations. Okay, O1 is still the fastest. QWQ and DeepSeek-R1 32B models only spend couple minutes on the reasoning. All of them arrived at the correct answer using the equation approach. I'm glad to see that QWQ didn't overthink this question, probably because the question is too simple to require much reasoning. I didn't test question on the full DeepSeek-R1 since the 32-bit model has handled the question without much effort. Lastly, I would like to test these models' coding capabilities. Based on the benchmark, QWQ has a fairly good code score compared to the DeepSeek-R1 model. The prompt is, write a Python program that simulates flocking behavior using the Boyd's algorithm and visualizes the simulation in real time with a library like Pygame. This prompt is a great test because it checks if the model can handle both math and coding by making birds move naturally using the Boyd's algorithm. It also tests if the model knows how to use Pygame to create a smooth, real-time simulation with proper animations and game loops. Let's run the code from O1 first. It's not bad. QWQ is still reasoning hard here. Let's send the prompt to the DeepSeek-R1 here. DeepSeek-R1 has generated code here. Let's copy it and run the code. Oh, okay, it got an error here. Let's see if DeepSeek-R1 is able to fix it. Okay, now let's run its revised code here. It works. But wait, this is not really what I expected. Although its code runs successfully with no error, I wouldn't consider this result as a pass. Let's test the prompt on the full DeepSeek-R1 on its official website. I'm very curious to see if the result will be significantly different from the distilled version on my local computer. Okay, let's copy and run the code. I have to say this is significantly better than the local 32B model, but not as good as O1. Oh my god, the QWQ model is still reasoning. It's been about 15 minutes now. I have to stop it here. This is a solid fail for me. Let's see how O3 mini model handled this prompt. Okay, here we go. It's pretty quick as well. I know this is not a fair comparison for a local model QWQ, but I just want to show you the differences here. The code runs successfully here, and it's not bad, similar as the O1 simulation. Let me quickly send the prompt to the ChatGPT 4.5 here. It opens the Canvas tool here. Let's copy and run the code locally here. That's a pass for sure. Alright, so here are my final thoughts after testing these models extensively. Despite the excitement and hype surrounding the QWQ-32B release, real-world testing has shown that benchmarks alone don't tell the full story. As we observed, the QWQ model tends to overcomplicate relatively simple tasks by getting trapped in extended reasoning loops. This severely limits its practical usability, especially for tasks requiring precise logical deduction and complex coding. After today's tests, I've decided to remove QWQ-32B from my local computer as it didn't meet my expectations or match the benchmark's promises. This serves as a reminder to always approach AI model benchmarks and hype with caution. Instead of relying purely on benchmarks or promotional hype, it's essential to test models yourself in real-life use cases to determine their true capabilities. Local models like QWQ or even the distilled DeepSeek-R1 32B can still be valuable, but mainly for simpler, repetitive tasks like summarization, basic question answering, or automating routine workflows. For complex coding, detailed reasoning tasks, or applications demanding high reliability, larger, more refined models hosted online, like OpenAI's O1 or DeepSeek-R1, are currently better suited. If you found this comparison helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing for more insights and practical AI tests. Always test for yourself and let me know your experiences in the comments below.